Since I was Chief of Staff here way back 2004 up to 2024, I've witnessed impeachment proceedings against presidents, one ombudsman, one Chief Justice. Pero wala pa po akong narinig na pag-uusap tungkol sa sufficiency in grounds. Ang naririnig ko lang lagi, sufficiency in form and substance. Ngayon ko lang po yata narinig itong bago na rule na ito, sufficiency in grounds. Could you please clarify me on
For the
this?
satisfaction of the Honorable Marcoleta, please allow the Chair to read Section 7 of the Rules of Impeachment of the House of Representatives adopted by the 20th Congress of the Philippines. Section 7, Submission of Evidence and Memoranda. After receipt of the pleadings, affidavit and counter-affidavits, and relevant documents provided for in Section 6, or the expiration of the time within which they may be filed, the committee shall determine whether the complaint alleges sufficient grounds for impeachment. That is for the satisfaction of the Honorable Marcoleta.
May I know, Madam Chair, when the rules were promulgated?
This
not
has
furnished a
been the
copy.
rules of impeachment of the 19th Congress, which the 20th Congress adopted.
So it's not new. Hindi po siya bago.
This has been part of the previous rules, which were used during the past impeachment processes.
Madam Chair, also, again, a manifestation for clarification with the indulgence of the Chair. Akin pong hinihiling ang clarification ng committee kaugnay ng aplikasyon ng Section 7 ng ating rules on impeachment, particular kung kailan eksaktong nagtatransition ng committee mula sa determination of sufficiency in grounds patungo sa conduct of hearings at reception of evidence. Sa malinaw na basa ng Section 7, matapos ang submission ng pleadings, affidavits at relevant documents sa ilalim ng Section 6 o matapos ang lapse ng period, ang tungkulin ng committee ay tukuyin muna kung may sufficient grounds for impeachment. Kung wala, dapat i-dismiss. Kung meron, saka pa lamang magko-conduct ng hearing kung saan papasok ang examination, cross-examination at compulsory processes. Kaya nais ko lamang malinawan, Madam Chair, kung ang mga tinatalakay at tinatanggap na materyales at references sa puntong ito ay para na ba sa determination of sufficiency in grounds o tayo ba ay de facto na nasa hearing stage na dapat ay nangyayari lamang pagkatapos ng ganong determinasyon. Ang paglilinaw na ito ay mahalaga upang matiyak na ang ating proseso ay nananatiling tapat sa ating sariling rules at upang maiwasan ng anumang persepsyon na ang komite ay lumalampas o naghahalo ng mga yugto ng proceedings na malino na pinaghiwalay ng ating rules on impeachment. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
To reiterate, Honorable Marcoleta, the Chair has been stating that we are on the third step, that is the determination of sufficiency in ground. So all these proceedings are towards determining whether or not sufficient ground exists to be able to proceed to this impeachment proceeding. It is only after the declaration of whether or not there is sufficient ground that we may be able to proceed to hearing proper. During the hearing proper, both the complainant and the respondent will be given opportunity to present their witnesses and their evidence.
Madam, di po dapat we should have determined the sufficiency in ground before we voted for sufficiency in form and substance. Kasi we already voted for that.
I wish to direct the Honorable Marcoleta to the rules of impeachment, Secretariat. Perhaps we need to provide him a copy of the rules. Again, the proceeding before the Justice Committee, Honorable Marcoleta, is summarized into 5. And you can confirm this from the rules of impeachment adopted by the 20th Congress. 1 is form, 2 is substance, 3 is ground, 4th is hearing proper, and 5th is the determination of probable cause. After that, we go to the plenary. kindly look into the copy of the rules of impeachment, because everything that I am saying is strictly consistent with the provision of the rules.
I will go check, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I encourage all members, even non-members, no, na sana po basahin po natin yung rules para hindi po tayo nalilito at nang sa ganun po ay maiwasan po natin yung mga tanong na maliwanag naman po sa ating rules, na nakasaad sa rules. Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
The Honorable Ko.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Similarly, gaya po ng ating manifestation sa third impeachment complaint, no, paano ba nai-impluwensyahan ng answer or ng sagot ni VP Sara Duterte itong fourth impeachment complaint? Hindi natin masabi dahil wala nga pong sagot na naibigay. No? Pero for the purposes din of the public, no, nakalagay po nga sa rules na merong pong requirement that the committee finds sufficiency in grounds. No? Ano po ba tong mga grounds na maaari nating ilatag at desisyonan, no, para mag-move forward to the next step of the impeachment proceedings sa House Committee on Justice. No? Sa Constitution po, may 6 na grounds, no, na nakalagay. Nandiyan po yung tinatawag nating, may 6 na grounds. No? It is this representation forwarding na sa 6 na nakalagay sa Constitution, VP Sara Duterte is guilty of 5. Mabigat po yun. No? Out of the 6, may 5 batayan to say that guilty po siya. No? Gusto ko lang pong pasadahan, no, bilang appreciation of the body. Una, gaya po ng isinaad natin sa reklamong inendorso ng Makabayan, itinaksil ni VP Sara ang tiwala ng publiko. She betrayed public trust sa pag-abuso niya ng pondo sa mamamayan, sa pangongontrata niya na pumatay, at sa pagsisinungaling niya sa hindi tamang pagdeklara ng kanyang ari-arian sa Statement of Assets and Liabilities o SALN. Para lang pong himayin pa konti, ang pera ng taong bayan na dapat natatamasang benepisyo ng mamamayan ay hindi ginamit ng tama o naiulat man ng maayos ang paggamit nito. May opportunity po sana si VP Sara Duterte to rebut that, but unfortunately in the answer, we don't see it. Hindi lang naman po ito usapin, no, sa kung paano niya na-handle yung confidential and intelligence funds ng Office of the Vice President. Damay din ang pondo ng Department of Education na supposedly nagagamit para sa benepisyo ng kabataan, pero unfortunately ito po ay nagamit para sa katiwalian. Lahat po tayong nagbabayad ng buwis. Paano natin mapagkakatiwalaan na nagagamit ng maayos ang kaban ng bayan kung ang Vice-Presidente ng Pilipinas ay kung saan-saan ginagamit ang perang hiningi niya? Nilabag niya ang tiwala natin na dapat maayos na paggasta ng pera ng bayan. Meron din po na articulation of grounds saying na yung kanyang death threats, no joke, no joke, ito po ay bahagi ng pwedeng sufficient ground for the continuation of the impeachment proceedings. In this representation's opinion, ang kanyang ding pangongontrata ng pagpatay ng sino man, Pangulo man iyan o ordinaryong mamamayan, ay paglabag din sa tiwala ng publiko. Tatak Duterte talaga, like father, like daughter. Pagpapatuloy ng culture of impunity, kung saan tahasang maaari na lang pwedeng sabihin at aaktuhan, no, yung gantong klaseng threat to life, no, to Filipino citizens. Ikalawa, ano pa po yung mga ibang mga grounds as provided in the Constitution? Culpable violation of the Constitution. Pagtahasang may paglabag sa Konstitusyon, maaari pong ma-impeach ang isang opisyales. At para sa atin, no, may responsibilidad si VP Sara Duterte, mga public officials, na magsabi ng totoo sa kanyang SALN, no, sa kanyang mga iba't ibang summons sa pagdepensa ng spending, but nonetheless, VP Sara Duterte did not do so. Ikatlo, bribery. Siya po ay nanuhol ng pampublikong opisyal in facilitating covert delivery or distribution of cash to influence official functions. Ika-4, meron din pong katiwalian at korupsyon, graft or corruption. She caused undue injury to the government by giving unwarranted benefits through irregular disbursements. At meron din pong, lastly, other high crimes na ayon sa batas ay mga gawain na krimeng kayang maparusahan sa batas na kung kinasuhan siya ay magiging isang quote-unquote, official unworthy to remain in office. Dapat grabe ang bigat ng naging kasalanan na tinamaan mismo ang maayos na paggana ng gobyerno. At pasok po ang kabuuan ng ginawa ni VP Sara Duterte under this definition. No? Samantala, ang representasyon na ito ay ay critical din sa mga argumento na quote-unquote destabilization or sedition. May arguments na nag-articulate na ang kanyang mga naging salita or ang pagpunta sa peace rally even ay nagko-constitute nito. No, sa bahagi po ng representasyon na ito, nakita natin na ginagamit din to against ordinary citizens, against ordinary Filipinos. And we'd like to advise everyone na mag-caution sa paggamit nito, lalo na't ito ay paraan para mag-express din ng grievances ang mga mamamayan. Nonetheless po, sa paglatag po natin, Madam Chair, ng mga grounds under the Constitution, anong acts na pasok doon po sa kanyang grounds, this representation submits that there are sufficient grounds for VP Sara Duterte's impeachment proceedings to continue. Thank you, Madam Chair.